guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought we would do something with these lovely toppers that we made the other day. Now I was going to make a journal, but I'm going to do like a little filey foldery thing. So I'm going to use some recycling as well. Now before I do that, I just wanted to show you this one because I added a back to one of them, which I think looks just so lovely. Can you see? I've just added the back. I just used an extra one, which I had somewhere. There we go. Made another one of those, covered it up, and then popped that on the back, and then just popped down a little bit of fabric down for the spine and sewed it on, and then made a little pocket. So we got a lovely little shiny pocket in there, and popped in a few pages, which I did sew in like that. So I think that looks really lovely. So if you've made some, you can just make it into like a little journal, which is super sweet. I love that one. So what I thought we would do, we are going to use the one which we did in the video, which is this one. I've got some little bits of fabric here, so I've got some little bits of the scrap sari silk, some of the fabric that I was using as well. Little ruffle there, little bit of lace there. So that's what we're going to decorate. Some bits and pieces. Maybe I'm going to put a pocket inside, so we're going to use that as well. And I've got some papers, just some odd papers that I have spare, ready printed. Now, what I was thinking, I think I'm going to use this one, which is the Amazon envelope, like this. So this is quite big. So again, I'm using Amazon packaging. But if you have a paper bag, you can use a paper bag. Now, I was thinking of using this one. I would probably cut it down, but that would fit on there really nicely, wouldn't it? Cut these bits off and sort of like cut it down there. And then you could just make a little journal, a little folder, something like that. And then we've got another bag here. So just get your little bags out. I did have a bigger one on here, but I think this was too big. I was going to be a bit more, you know, add a bit more to it and do a bigger one. But I think to start with, so just get your paper bags. Paper bags are obviously the best ones to use. I'm just going to pop those on the floor. But this one, I'm going to use this Amazon packaging. It's like a big envelope. It's got like a little bottom to it, like that. And all as I've done, I've just, let's take it this way. This is the bottom. So I've just folded that bottom piece over. So this will be like a little, almost like little pocket for the inside. But it will go this way. And then I've folded it in half this way, like that. So then this is in the inside. And then I'm going to fold it over like that. So does that make sense? So just fold your little bag up. And because this is a bit sticky because I had a little label on it, I'm just wondering, so this is the little pockety bits. This will be the inside. So we'll have two little sort of like tucks either side. And I'm just wondering whether to stick it or sew it. So we've got like little pockets either end. Do you know what I mean? On the outside. What do you think? And then this would go on the front. So then we've got this lovely little sort of folder, little with pockets there. That will look quite nice, won't it, I think? Now I am going to be doing some sewing on the sewing machine because I think I will sew these together. But do we put anything inside to cover that up? Or shall I just stick some on? I would like to maybe do the inside first. I haven't really thought this through, can you tell? I've got some beautiful papers. Now, I did have some lacy one, which is this one. And I was just wondering what that would look like on the front with this. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Like that. So that would come round. Maybe we could put, let's grab these little bits. It needs something down the spine. Do I have a long piece? There's a long piece. That's a long piece. Do you know what I mean? Just so cover the spine up like that. Oh, here's a nice pretty piece. There we go. This will be better. Something like that. So we sew the spine on like that. That would look nice. And that's sort of like your center focal point. What do you think? I think that's quite nice. So let's just pop those. I didn't pick up too much fabric because I would be here all day doing that. So I might just cut that so that would go on the front like that. So if that's the border, I can sort of, won't cut down half. It's more than half of this paper, so I'm just going to fold that because I'm not going to wrap it around the other side. I will probably put the other one, I've got another lacy one that could go around the other side. Let's just tear that down. So that would go on the front. I'm not worried about that bit because that bit will be covered up. So that will, let me get a pencil. Should we do this properly? Let's just mark that off. What cutter shall I use? Let's take this one, pop it up there, chop that off. So that's your front bit. So that's going to be for our front cover. I think that will look quite nice. I'm not worried about this hanging off because it's recycled. It's quite nice to have all these other little bits with it, if you know what I mean, isn't it? Should we do this side? So again, we will have this much. Let's just cut this down. Take that out. Pop that roughly there. Chop that down. Pop you up there. So I think we'd have this going. Oh, I forgot to cut the bottom piece off. That would be the front. That would be the back. Did I do that too big? Okay. Okay, let's just chop that down. Let's just make it up as we go along. There we go. Just going to cut a fraction off this because it's just a little bit too long. There we go. That's our front pieces. Let's pop that to the side because I will need that in a second instead of putting it away. So that's going to be our front. That's going to be our back. Like that. So that will look quite nice. Right, I'm going to pop those to the side. That's the front and back. Now this piece, what shall we do? Let's take, this is going to be nice and eclectic-y again, like I like to do. So just use up, if you're going to do this, just use up all your odd bits of digital kits or papers or scrapbook papers, whatever you have. So that fits on there like that. But where's the middle? There's the middle. Should probably measure this. Shall I put that all the way through and then just have a little odd bit there? And then it, no, I'm going to cut two sections and then we'll put another piece in the middle. So was that the middle? Let's cut that down. As you can see, I like to measure. Not really, do we? So that's 6 inches. That can go over there with a spare bit. This can go in there. And then we will cut another one for the other side. And we will do 6 inches on this one. Or just over, I think it was, wasn't it? Put that to the side. How long was that? let's measure like this so we get them the right size. A little bit like that. Cut that off. There's no point in me doing this all before the video, because you need to see how I do it, don't you? So that can go there. That can go there like that. And then this is the pockets. Those are the front. Fabulous. That looks good. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue those on. But I want to do a little bit of sewing as well first. I could actually sew those on. Glue and sew, couldn't I? Before I fold that up. That might be a good idea. I do have these little pockets. Should we have that, or should we have, what should we have? A little bit of this on there. What do you think? That's quite nice, isn't it? They're just little tuck pockets. So let us just mark that off. I am going to go all the way down through. Like that. Now we will measure this bit, which can come to there. Pop that over the top. So this is going to be, if I do it this way, we can measure it. That is 1 3/4 inches or 4.5 centimeters. So let's do another one for the other side. Let's take that out. Oh. This is going to be sewn. I don't really need to put anything on the inside, I don't think. So if we take this, this will go onto there like that. Fabulous. Let's turn it over. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick this on and then cut that off. So we'll do that side and that side. Should I stick that on? I can stick that on, can't I? Because I would like to sew along that top piece as well. Okay, I'm putting those to the side. That goes over there because we don't need that bit. I'm going to put that up there, out of the way. These are the front and the back, front and the inside. Let's just move these messy bits out of the way. Keep all your little scraps. I'm going to get my ink. Phew, excuse me. Okay guys, so while I'm doing this, let's have a little chat. So have you guys had a lovely, lovely week? What have you been up to? We are going to be going out later to have dinner, which we haven't done for ages because we take Jessie. We like to sit outside our little restaurant we go to, but the weather's been so awful, been so wet that we haven't really had the chance to do it. So it's sort of clearing up. It's got a little bit dark at the moment, but we're supposed to have a little bit of rain. And then it's supposed to clear up. So let's hope we can get to go out and have a nice dinner. What do you think? I'm going to just stick this on with a little bit of glue, which will be really nice to go out. And also we've had real problems. We are changing our tariff over on our phones from one company to another. Oh God, what a nightmare that's been. Absolute nightmare. But I'm hoping it is all sorted now. We shall see. It's supposed to be changing over today. But we will see. Look at that big blob of glue I just plopped on there. Talking and working doesn't really work for me. Look at that. Just making a mess. So yeah, so hopefully, let me get a wet wipe. I'm just making a mess. So hopefully it would have worked out today. But yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare. They said it will take, you know, the tariff, you can change it over, different company. Yeah, it will take 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. It's taken 3 days for us to sort things out. So Andy did get a little bit cross, which is not like Andy. Where's my scissors? Oh, there they are. Because he's very easygoing, but it did make him a little bit cross. It's just, I was talking to my daughter about it actually, and she said that it's just that we're not tech savvy, but which is wrong. I think it's not. We are tech savvy. It's just that when people say that they're going to do something and sort it out, you expect them to sort of like do it and sort it out, because that's what we expect, don't we? The younger generation obviously can do it and understand it a little bit better, but I like to have things done. If somebody says they're going to do something, you know, please do it. Does that show my age? Does it show my age, how grumpy sometimes it gets when... I'm sure you guys are the same. If you go to have things done, you like to have it done sort of properly, don't you? Right, shall we just pop those on there? I'm just wondering as well if I should pop a little bit of something over those. What do you think? I don't think it matters as long as this bit's quite nice. I'm not gonna sew anything onto this, but I might add a little bit of something later. Do you know what I mean? And make a little ruffle or something with these and add them on. It depends how thick this is going to be. Right, so that bit's stuck on. That looks quite nice. So I think we will just go in, straight in, and stick these on. Not that it really matters which way round they go, but I'm going to just ink this little edge up. Like that. I was going through all of my sort of packaging stuff, Amazon packaging and papers, and oh, I've got so much. I threw a whole load of it away the other day, and I've just found another sort of pile of it, which I must have stacked somewhere, and I found this little one, so it's quite nice. I know I shouldn't throw it away, I should keep it, because we always have projects to do. But there comes a time when I really need to sort of sort things out, and it gets a bit frustrating when you've got a ton of stuff everywhere, doesn't it? I go through phases where I just want to get rid of everything and start again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take this and just glue this on like that. I'm going to go quite close to the edge of this because I would like to sew that. Let's go up so it's on the edge, just so that we can catch it, because then we can sew that down through there. I'm just winging this, guys, so I'm hoping this is going to turn out into something or other and not be too sort of like thick and bulky. But it'd be quite nice to pop even sort of like little envelopes and letters in it, wouldn't it? Little writing set of some sort, or ephemera. Let's just pop that on there. Lovely. And then that can just be sewn down through. Okay, so that's the inside. That's quite nice, isn't it? Now, shall we put fabric in there? Should we pop a little bit of spotty in there? Just a little bit. I'd need a little bit on there as well, wouldn't I? So let's just tear that. What should we do? Out there. Tear it a little bit down. All the way down. Oops. These little bits of cotton. So that would then, so we would need to just cut this little bit off, about there, like that. Fabulous. There we are. And that will stick on top like that, so you won't see that bit, but then we need a little bit here, don't we? So we can sew that on, all these little bits away. Oh my gosh. Then that bit can just sew on there, can't it? Let's tear that bit down. Okay. Fab. I'm going to stick this on. And then when I sew it, I'm going to open this up and actually just sew down and around these like that, so they sort of stay on a little bit better. Right, I'm going to just glue it for now, just so it stays in place. There we go. I thought it'd be something a little bit different than doing a journal today. Make a little folio-y thing. Folder, not really a folio, it's more of a folder, isn't it? I'll pop that piece there. Little folder with pockets. And that will just follow on down through there. There we go. So I must remember to just sew this bit down and not the whole thing together. Okay, but that looks good. I like that. Do you guys like that? I think it's lovely. Right. Let's do the front. Let's turn that over. And we can, what was our front pieces? Here we go. That wasn't them. This is this side. So we'll have this one on the front, right on the edge. This one there. Let's ink. Let's do a little bit of inking around the edge. Not sure whether I'm going to add any more fabric to the front, only on the spine, I think. We shall see. And then I can, once I've stuck this on, I can pop this on like that and go to the sewing machine and sew around it. That's why I didn't sew these bits down, because I didn't want to have too many stitching marks around it. I think that will look really nice, won't it? What do you think? That's lovely, isn't it? Maybe I like this, but I think we need something else on there. We shall see. Let's just cut the same length. So, oh, it's about right. I will pop the name of the kits that I use in the papers that I'm using, just in case you want to have a little peek. We do have a sale on at the moment, so pop over and have a little look. Stock up on some of your essentials. I do like the sort of like backing papers. When I say backing papers, I mean they're nice sort of like ones to put on your page, and then you can add things to them, if you know what I mean, instead of sort of like a decorated page with things on. The backing papers are, you know, a little, not plainer, but more, you don't mind them being covered up. Okay. Let's put this on. I want that right on this edge, just in case I want to just sew down there. There we go. Lovely. That's that side. There we go, open this up. There we go. This one is a little bit bigger than the front, so I might put a little bit of lace or something down the bottom or at the top. Okay, so that's fabulous. So that's going to be the outside. Oh, we need to add this, don't we, before I forget, because we need to sew this on as well. So how big? Do you think that's going to be too big? Not really, is it? And then we put this over the top. Nope, I think I'm going to use the whole width of this. Let's take these little bits off. Goes on there. Tear that down. Lovely. Okay, so then it will be sewing machine time. Let's put that down. This will just hold that in place. Let's go this way. There we go. Super! Take these little bits off. So I'm not going to bend that over because that will crinkle that up. Now what I'm going to do, so this is opened out like that now. Oh wow. That's fabulous, isn't it? Now, this is probably where I'm going to confuse myself. I'm going to get the sewing machine out. Let's just pop all these bits out of the way. These are the spare bits that we don't need at the moment. Sort these out, put those over here. Let's put the little bits on the top. That would be easier, wouldn't it? Put those on my little shelf in front. Those little bits to the side. Okay, we have room. So what I would like to do is just sew all the way along that one. Yes, I will. That's what we're going to do. Let's bring the sewing machine in. I have just got some creamy colour cotton in there for now. Shall I go down this bit as well? I should do, shouldn't I? Right, I've got to be careful because I need to hold that on. So I'm not sewing that underneath one as well because I don't want those sewn together. So okay, that's one bit. Let's find my scissors. Oops, there they are. Chop that off. Gosh, I don't know why I have so much cotton everywhere. Let's put those to the side. Right, that's the front bit. I won't sew along here yet because that's going to be sewn together with the other one. So that's sewn. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sew around this one, and the same on these sides. So I'll do that quickly. Okay, let's have a quick look and see what that's like. Let's cut these bits of cotton off. See if that is what I am aiming for, and I think that is it. Look at that, that's fabulous, isn't it? Love it. Okay, so then this then is all closed up because this is open, and then we've got this lovely little tuck in either side of that. Okay, so let me just do the front on here. Cut these little bits off. There we go. So let me just quickly do the front one. Okay guys, so that's that. Let's have a quick peek to see if I have actually done all of it. I went down this bit twice either side like that because it was a little bit thicker, so I think I needed to just add a few more stitches in there. Right, let's get rid of all of these little bits. I think that's pretty much it. I didn't sew along the bottom because I need to sew that last, I think, so they're together. But that's looking pretty good. I am loving that. All these little strands everywhere. Now all we've got to do is just sew the front one on. Loving this little pocket in there. I think that's great. So this is the front. So let's get our little, so that can sit there. Oh my gosh, I've got so much thread everywhere. Look at that. Do you think that's fabulous? I'm loving that. And I'm going to just stick it on with a little bit of glue. Bit of glue stick, because it's going to be sewn down. Just so it can stay in place. This isn't going to be the easiest to sew down because this is so big to go in my machine, so I will try and do my best. Does that look like the middle? That looks like the middle, doesn't it? See, this is the little bit that I left hanging off, and I quite like that. So all I'm going to do now is go to my machine and just sew all the way around that. But I have to open this up. So this might be a little bit difficult to sew. We shall see. Now again, if you don't have a sewing machine, you can stick these bits down, but make sure you have a really, really good glue. Okay, there we go. I think that is sewn on properly. There we go. Let's put that up there. I did have to stop and change my bobbin, but I think that's looking pretty good. Cut all these little bits off. So let's hope this bit's very sticky there. Let's just hope that I have sewn it to the right side. Yes, I think that is. Let's cut that little bit off. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Opens that up and you've got this beautiful little pouch, and then we've got these little pouches in these sides here, which make it look really, really lovely, don't they? I do like that. Now again, you could obviously make yourself a bigger spine if you wanted to. Could just sort of like push that in, which actually we could. You could actually. I'm not going to, because I think this, I would have had to have cut that down a little bit and make it into separate pockets, because that's where it's sort of like bent anyway. It's quite thin. So love it. Love, love, love. Now, do we need to do anything else before I sew it together? Let's just chop these little bits off. What do you think? Do you think I need to sew a little bit of something down there? Does it need something, or I could glue it? What do we do? I wanted to, before we sew it up, I'm going to just make a couple of these. Look at this. Maybe we just have a little bit of something on there. Now, a piece of this will be good because we've got that on the outside, so it will sort of like tie it all together. So maybe we'll have a little bit of that on the top. Let's just cut that down. That's lovely, isn't it? A little bit of bright pink. What else did I pick out? Didn't pick out a huge amount, did I? Shall we have a little bit of pink over this side? Or a little bit of orange? What would go? What would go? Could do with a little bit of blue actually, because we've got the blue on there. We do have pink. Let's have, oh, I got a little strip here. That would work. a little strip of that. I'm going to use a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink. I'm going to use both. I'm going to use both. So that is going to go on there like that. This, I'm going to use a little bit of this pink, like that. I don't want it straight. Just going to chop that off. A little bit of blue and a little bit of this orange. I'm quite liking this orange. Cut those little bits off. Okay. So let's make some sort of ruffly thing, shall we? That's not going to be big enough. We're not going to see that. What's this piece? There we go. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, is that back to front? Oh, that's going to have to go on there like that. Then I'm going to put that on there like that. And I'm just going to wrinkle that up. I'm going to sew that and just wrinkle it up a little bit so we've got a little bit there. I'm going to just sew that on there. There we go. I'm just going to sew these two, just randomly sew. Put that to the side. Bring this back in again. There we go. Let's do this one first. Put that. Pop that down. Pop that on top. I'm going to take it off zigzag because I had it on zigzag. Super! Okay. I don't need all of that. Just going to tear that down and then we can just stick that on. And then what were we going to do with this one? Don't think I'll ruffle this too much, but we will pop a little stitch in there. Lovely. Clip these off. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's see how these have turned out. So let's take these, pop all our other little bits away. The threads off. I'm just going to glue these on. I'm going to just turn my glue gun on. Gosh, take these little bits off. Look at that. So that's going to just stick on there, which just looks fabulous. Love them. Oh, I didn't catch that. Look. Let me just quickly sew that. Didn't quite catch it in there, so let's just go back. There we go. Perfect. So that will just sit on there like that, which I love. I might even just pop it on the side. Yes, it can go on there. That I'm going to stick on there. I want something here. What shall we put there? Let's have a look. Oh, we've got this little bit of lacy stuff on here as well. Cut that off. Should we have this bit on there? Lovely. Do we need a little bit this side? We could, couldn't we? We could put that, or I might just stick a little bit of this on, because we need just this little bit. Like that on there. Okay. Okay, let's stick this down. Put that like that. going to be long enough? Yes, I think so. Oh, love it. There we go. Could have probably sewn this all together before I did this, but maybe I should have, shouldn't I? No, it'll be fine. It will be fine. I'm only sewing along the bottom piece. Oh, oops, I've just knocked my glue gun over. There we go. Oh, I love it. Don't need that little bit. Let me pop that out of the way. Look at that. I think that's fabulous, isn't it? Do you like that? And that just closes up. I was going to put... Do I need ribbon down here? I don't think so. But I do like that. Do you think I should have stuck this down? And maybe I should stick that there before I sew. Do you think I'm going to do that afterwards. I think I will do that afterwards. But for the minute, I'm going to sew all the way along here. Or should I put a piece of lace in there? I think we could put a piece of lace in there. Let's have a look. I've got this one, which is, it's sort of elasticated, which is probably not the best idea, is it? No, that's not the best idea. Let's try this one. That might look better. Oh, you've got to join me tomorrow because it's Shabby Saturday. And I have got a fab idea tomorrow. We will be making a really lovely little pin cushion. Or I think it might be quite big actually. There we go. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? If I stick that, if I put this in between here, like this, just so that squashes in and we've got a little bit of lace. Love it! That's fabulous. I do like that idea. So what shall we stick it down with? Because I'm going to have to stick it down, aren't I? I'm going to leave it so it goes over the edge a little bit, just so I've got enough in case it moves. What shall we stick it with? I don't really want to use that. I'm going to try a little bit of this and see, because obviously, because I'm sewing it, I don't want to get glue all over my needle. I want this to sort of like sandwich in between the bottom. Gosh, threads everywhere. Let's put this on there. Like that. There we go. And then this will come down. Okay, I'm going to have to use that a little bit higher. What do you think? Is that going to catch it? I think maybe just. Okay. That's going to look great. Okay guys, I'm going to attempt to sew that. I'm going to have to do it this way. And that's going to have to be the back because I need to make sure that that's on there. Shall I stick this down first? Oh, decisions. I am going to just stick that down because I'm not going to be able to get in there otherwise, am I? Let's just pop a little. Let's do it down through here. Just bit here, in there, and in there. Unless I sew it. Oh, now I've glued it. Oh dear. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a wet wipe. Wipe this glue off. Just so it doesn't get caught in my machine. I'm going to do a little stitch before I sew that together. Like just down through there, because I think that will work. Should have really thought about that before, but I'm going to just quickly take this, pop a little, that's probably better, isn't it? There we go, that's it. Then that folds in the middle. And we've got nothing on that side. Good thinking. There we go. I'm going to leave these bits open, I think. Now, shall I? Shan't I? I think I will, because then we can slide things in. You can put that in, but if it gets a bit too much, you can always sort of like glue that together. Because as we're not going to fit very much in there. No, I'm going to leave that open. Okay, another bit of sewing. Last bit. This is the last bit. And then we are done. Let's take these little bits of cotton out everywhere. So, let's see. Fingers crossed this is going to work. Okay, there we go. Where's my scissors? What did I do with them? There they are. I think we are pretty much finished now. Let's just cut that little bit off there. Oops. That cut off. That cut off. Trim that off. It's better to leave that just a little bit longer, just in case, so it doesn't gather up. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. That looks fabulous, doesn't it? I love it. So there we go. I just need to find something to pop inside. And then we've got, look at these lovely big pockets that you can pop things in. Just fabulous. Just brilliant. I love it. Look at that. Nice little bit. So there we go, guys. That's using one of our lovely toppers. So again, the same sort of thing. If you're going to make a journal cover, I would sew it onto your journal cover before you put the sort of like inside bit in, because I think it will be a lot easier and it would sort of like stay on there a little bit better. Now, do I have anything that I could sort of, let's just take my little pot, see what we've got in here. So just what I mean, so these will just sit in there. We've got two little pockets in there. If you have something a little bit bigger, just what I mean, it can pop out the ends. But so if we had stuck that down, you're limited to what you can put in. But these fit in there perfectly. I must finish these little envelopes. So there we go. You can fit lots of lovely lovelies in here. All sorts of pieces. Look at that. Pop all your little bits of ephemera in there, and then we've got the little pockets, or the big pockets in that side. I won't put anything there because they will get lost. But like I said, you can also could make little envelopes. Actually, I could do that, couldn't I? You could make little envelopes and stick some paper. This is napkin on there, and make little writing papers as well to go in there. So yes, that's a lovely idea. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. So that is just made out of some fabulous recycling of Amazon packaging and some digital kits, but I just love it. I'm not sure about the closure because we can't, you know, you can't make it unless I make a hole in this bit and tie that around. Oh, I could do that, couldn't I? Maybe that. I will have a think. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.